I think you should. I think you should be my dad. I don't think that you.
No,
I don't think it's like you are my dad.
Yeah.
I think you should be my dad. I think you should be my dad, Jack.
Let's go.
Yeah. So, guys, welcome. This is the first of a series of podcasts.
Yes.
Unnamed.
Unnamed as for now, but we're gonna find a name soon.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, what we're going to do is a community-led kind of a naming process. So we're going to get our fans to kind
name
of
this.
vote.
Okay.
And I think we'll start some kind of Twitter poll.
Yeah.
But we don't have a Twitter account. Actually,
Yes.
at this point, we literally have nothing but a camera and two mics.
Yeah, basically.
yeah.
But what if we use our personal Twitter handles? Can that work?
Oh yeah, that could actually work. Yeah,
could actually
I haven't looked at it in 10 years, and I think I only follow like R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, which
Wow.
is as in that's how you can tell how long back I had it.
Did you start following before or after the allegations? After.
I plead the fifth. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
This is Fadhil. Are you gonna introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I'm Fadhil Khan. I'm a budding comedian actually, and sitting to the right of me is actually one of my comedy mentors.
Oh wow!
And you know what? Just all around great guy,
Thank you.
Jack Nanjero.
Yeah, I'm Jack Nanjero, guys. This is so random. This was not planned. But we decided to do the podcast with Fadhil. We do stand-up comedy together in Nairobi. You'll see us many times at the Nairobi Laugh Bar, doing sets, telling jokes, Wednesdays, Fridays. I've been doing stand-up comedy now for 4 years. It's fun. It's interesting. I've met a lot of cool people like Fadhil here. Yeah. I think a big part of comedy is just the community, getting to meet people, very interesting people, very diverse as well.
Yeah, that's very true actually.
Yeah, diverse people. And so that's what I've been doing with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing with my life for the last 4 years. I don't know if it will amount to anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess remains to be seen.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why we're here podcasting. Podcasting like a bunch of, like, honestly, I feel like a loser.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like podcasting is a loser's game, I feel.
Do you know, I saw something. I think there's is it 2 million podcasts?
2 million.
So,
Okay, what is the point?
Should we just
Actually,
shut it
guys,
down?
we're done. We're 2 million podcasts. Like, what is the point?
It's in that order. It's crazy. It's crazy because I think the bar it's really low. You just need a camera and 2 idiots, basically.
That's basically, and we fit the bar.
Yeah,
quite well.
There's so many podcasts. Everyone's doing a podcast.
Jeez,
Everyone is doing a podcast.
Okay, then guys, give us ideas on how to make this like something that might stand out. Like, we'll do it. Honestly, let me just say that yes, we have 2 million podcasts, but I think we do stand out already.
How?
You know how? As the shoddiliest done podcast
You think so?
to ever exist.
Oh, I've seen worse.
Oh, you've seen worse. I think this is shoddy. We don't have a name.
Oh yeah, okay.
We are in some random room in a house. I feel bad today and generally depressed. So I think I feel like this is probably the worst production of a podcast ever.
I mean, we're just getting started, guys. We're just getting started.
Of course, we're getting started. I mean, next episode, actually, Martin Scorsese will be
Wow.
will be directing. Yeah, weirdly enough,
I thought he'd be a guest.
No, actually, I just.
But I think it would be better if he directs. Yeah.
I think actually, you know what? I'll probably just keep him as an intern.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'll just have him as
shouting at him behind the camera.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, Martin, come on, like. You know, you got to pan at the right time. So, yeah, look out for Martin in next.
But he's such an old man. Do you think he can be able to do this? He is old. He's like 90, yeah.
I think that the last time I checked, he weighs as much as a feather.
No.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see if he interns. I don't know. I've received his application. So
Have you been watching any movies lately?
any movies lately?
Any interesting movies? Have you seen anything?
Interesting
anything
movies.
nice? Anything remarkable?
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't think I've seen. I have seen. I have been watching a series over the past few months.
Oh, which one?
Shogun.
Shogun. Okay.
Yeah, it's about life in feudal Japan and Japan now like interacting with different cultures from around the world. Actually, I'm not explaining it very well, and
Okay. Is it like about ninjas?
it's no, it's about samurais.
Oh, samurai.
It's about samurais in feudal Japan, and it shows just their culture. It's like
How the life. How life was.
it's pretty crazy.
Really?
I mean, yeah, they're but I usually just skip to the steamy scenes. That's what I do in most
Which steamy scenes? Please tell
like
me more.
steamy scenes where like there'll be a lot of hugging.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and that just it gets me going.
All right. I thought you'd skip to like the fight scenes because it's about samurai.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, the fight scenes are pretty good though they're pretty short.
Oh, really?
They're pretty short. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an amazingly done TV show.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it a lot. The production value is super high.
Are you into animated shows?
Like anime?
Like, do you know Arcane?
Arcane Legends.
Yeah,
Oh hell
it's
yeah.
pretty good, yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm like in the second season now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I got into it and I was pretty hooked.
Oh yeah? Okay, you've like
really
finished
good.
season 1, 2?
No, only season 1.
Okay, only season 1.
But
yeah.
it's really, really good.
Oh,
I like the writing. It's
amazing.
good.
Yeah, it's based on a video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Called
that.
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Okay.
League of Legends. It's like a multiplayer. It's called an MMORPG.
So it's kind of like PUBG, is it?
Uh,
No, those are battle royale. PUBG,
Battle Royale.
Fortnite.
Yeah. No, it's sort of. I guess sort of, but you're like playing in this team of like 5 creatures.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to take over their part of the land.
Okay.
And
okay.
so it's like, yeah, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I am tempted to just call this podcast like just two uninformed people.
I like it.
That have like a very approximate knowledge
About
of several things.
Just to surface level.
Surface, like nothing to scratch the surface at all.
But we know, I like, that is a very accurate description of us.
Yeah, the uninformed. And actually, the theme of all our podcasts is going to be that we pick up a fan question or a user question and essentially answer that and try to give advice.
Yeah.
So probably the worst idea ever.
Yeah, because of how uninformed we are on everything.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, that's why you were talking about video games. I can't get into video games a lot because I can't stop playing once I start.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like
I used to have that problem.
Yeah, I have that problem.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if I pick up a video game, I'm dying.
Okay, right.
I'm serious, bro. Like I'm just.
You neglect your family.
I will abandon my family to roam the streets of. What's the city in GTA? Los Santos, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I get addicted to games.
Oh, for real? Okay,
Really,
so then you have to actually literally stay away. I used to have that problem when I was young.
With video games.
Yeah, when I was really young. I used to play Pokemon so much that I used to get nightmares at night about losing Pikachu.
What?
And yeah, I used to have, and actually they were not nightmares, they were like violent night terrors. So actually my parents would come to the room and hold me down and I'd be thrashing.
So you'd actually dream of being in the game?
Not being in the game, but sort of watching Pikachu die in a Pokemon battle.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very traumatic for me at that.
I was being kept up by gunshots when I was a child.
Okay.
No, for real, dude. Where I grew up,
Yeah.
it's Kayole. So it's basically a slum.
Right.
right? So robberies was so common. Like, I remember there was this night the thieves did not come. My dad were like, now hawajakuja leo. Like,
What?
because we were like expecting them. It was just, oh yeah, you guys are here. They'd come, they'd see what's new, they take, and then they leave. It's
And you just
normal.
have like tea ready because
Yeah, because it's just, yeah, it's like, okay, business as usual. I swear to God, that's how it was. Like, so if they escaped, we'd be like, seems like they got lucky some other place. Not necessarily our house, but in our apartment. We'd just hear them like breaking down doors. So the days they would miss, it would be like, that's weird. They're not here today.
Is that like that's
That
what
was
used to-
life. I'm serious, bro. That was like every night. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Like,
looking back, I realized how crazy that was. Yeah.
I'm
But you get used to
actually
it.
speechless. Like,
No, but I think you just get used to it. It's just because it gets to a point where it's just like, hey, like the thieves are just like, hey man, I gotta feed my family. That's just
right.
yeah. It's just like that. It's just like it's not.
So they would
personal.
steal food as well?
Sometimes, yeah, they like take like flour from the.
They would just take
Yeah.
just take flour and what's in the hot pot or something
Yeah,
like
if
that.
you're cooking meat
If you're
or
cooking it.
chapatis, bro, that's
That's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah,
That's
yes.
gone.
So they'd come like a lot of time, like many times a week, like 4 times a week.
Okay,
You're
no,
having such a hard
honestly, I'm completely floored and speechless about this.
No, yeah, it used to happen. Yeah.
Okay, and like, what would you do as a person to like prepare?
For that,
Yeah.
there's nothing you could do because we'd call the cops, but I think the cops were also on that side. I don't know. The cops were just like basically useless. You could not call the police to your house. They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna do anything. So they would come like I think 4 times a week. You'd hear them breaking doors. Funga mlango. They'd break doors, and then there's a night where you know, okay, today they're coming here. You know.
Okay, because they just hit the house.
Yeah,
like,
they do
neighbors.
rounds. Yeah, they do rounds, and then you know today it's us, and then they just come and because my dad was very protective, he didn't want to get into a scuffle or anything, so he just take what you want and leave. So they just come in and take what they want and they'd leave.
Okay, and would it ever be violent? Ever?
Sometimes, yeah.
No.
If you did object, yeah, it would get violent.
Okay, so but your dad was just like take whatever you want.
Yeah, 'cause-
so you never had new stuff?
No, it was very hard. When you bought a fridge, people would be like, "That's a brave move," because it's gonna go.
It's gonna go.
Yeah, it's
okay.
going, yeah.
So it's just warm food for you.
Basically, yeah.
What like?
Yeah,
dude. No, honestly,
Yeah.
like okay, my family has been in Kenya.
Yes.
For like over a century. I've never heard of this level of stories.
No, it happens. I mean, I think you just have to like live there so to actually experience that life. But it does happen. That's life.
What kind of a house?
It was basically a single room. That's
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, it was a single room. Yeah, and then there was a curtain like that would partition the house. So
Okay, right.
My dad and mom would sleep
On the other side
and
of the
I'd sleep
partition.
on the couch.
Because right.
Yeah, and then at night the radio was always on.
Oh my God!
Looking back, I get it. I was like, Dad loves music.
No,
it's
okay.
not
No,
music.
it's not. Oh my
They were
God!
making my sister.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah, but that was life. That was life.
I wonder. Okay, do you think that the robbers at that time would respect your privacy in that way? Like, say, for example,
Yeah.
people were getting intimate at
Oh,
night,
and
and then
they'd
they'd be like, okay, at least like wacha
You guys finish up.
tukuje
We'll come back
kesho.
when you guys are done.
Or yeah, or wacha tukuje kesho.
I mean, because the level at which we were at, they'd probably do that. Like, we were just used to them. It was just part of our lives. Sometimes they'd come and they'd rob you, and then life moves on. That was just life.
Did you ever make friends with them, or did you ever know one of them?
because
like,
we moved from the place. So
okay, when did you move?
I think we lived there for like a year. That's what I remember. But then
And it
we
was
moved.
just constant being.
Constant. Just
How does a family live like that?
I'm telling you, humans are way more adaptable. Humans can adapt to things that you cannot imagine. Humans are insane. People just adapt to life. And after living there for that while, it just becomes normal. This is life. Life is fucked. And then, yeah, this is just how we live.
Jeez, that's
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you just get used to it.
okay. You just yeah.
Yeah, because I don't feel like I'm happier now than I was back then.
Yeah, right. That's what I
It's
wanted to
just-
ask. Like,
it's
do you
still
think it's
me.
affected you in some? It affected you in some way. Like,
Of
are
course it
you?
has, yeah.
Yeah. Like, in what way do you feel unsafe every night? Do you feel some sort of trauma that's
I
tied to
wouldn't call
that?
it trauma. It's just honestly, dude, looking back, it's all just funny. That's
Oh,
all
okay.
it is.
It's like
just
funny. Oh my! Have you said these stuff on stage?
No,
By
I've
the way.
never talked about this.
Oh my God! This is like gold.
Yeah,
This is comedy
if
gold.
I could somehow find a way to joke about it,
I would just tell it how you told it today, and I
Really?
think people would be fascinated.
Yeah.
And I think maybe people would relate because I like contrastingly, we didn't have this issue growing up, but that's not because my parents were rich. My parents were not rich growing up. We lived in like government housing throughout my life, and we had to move several times in government housing because my parents were doctors.
Okay.
But like
In like public hospitals.
in public hospitals, yeah, at that time.
okay.
That time they were in public hospitals, and so we used to live in Upper Hill 1st, and then from there we moved to obviously
where
traditionally
you're now.
Parklands.
Yeah.
We must obviously
Yeah,
for the culture,
For the culture, yeah.
for the culture, for the tradition too.
How can you not? move to
Yeah,
Parklands?
of course. We
Yeah.
had to have that stint in Parklands. Otherwise, I think you don't get your Asian card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
How long
So,
ago was this? Over 10 years ago.
no, over 20 years
that's a long
ago.
time.
Over 20 years
long
ago,
time,
yeah. Because then from Parklands, we moved a bunch of times around Parklands, and then we ended up in Kileleshwa,
Okay.
where I then had my formative years.
Oh, that's where you were born? Or were you
No,
born
that's
in
not where I was
Parklands?
born. That's where I turned like 10 or
in
12.
Kileleshwa.
Yeah, 8,
Okay.
9, yeah,
Okay,
maybe, yeah, around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I also neglected to give a little bit of an intro about myself,
Okay.
if I may.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I've just got into comedy about it's been maybe a year, but on and off. I think I've been like consistent with comedy for like maybe 7 months as being consistent, and it's honestly been life changing. It's been amazing. It's been like honestly meeting all you guys and meeting the comedy community in Nairobi and Kenya has just been unbelievable. But my background is that I'm an engineer.
Okay.
So I'm an engineer. I'm an automotive engineer, and usually when I tell people that, people just think I'm a mechanic, because that's in Kenya. They're like, okay, so you're a mechanic, yeah?
You fix cars.
My tire, iko na shida.
Can you help me change
Yeah,
my
can you?
tire?
Yeah, exactly. That's what people think, but that's not the case. Actually, what I've done in my life is actually maybe a little bit more unique. So I've worked for 2 companies that have attempted, and one of them still doing, developing an automotive product from the ground up,
Okay.
from scratch,
Okay.
designed and built in Kenya.
From the ground up.
From the ground up, like a homegrown.
Because most things are assembled, yeah? Like bring an engine.
Yeah,
right?
so either assembled
Yeah.
or just fully imported
just
as a
imported.
full car.
Yeah, yeah.
But where I worked first, as my first stint as an automotive designer, I would say, was at Mobius Motors.
Okay.
So I helped design the first SUV in Africa. So it's an SUV car that was designed on Mombasa Road.
On Mombasa Road.
By a very small team of engineers.
Yeah. Was the team just Kenyan guys?
The team was just Kenyan guys. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
So it's for Africa by Africans.
For Africa by Africans. But it did close down about the company. Went bankrupt a couple of months ago. So
Yeah, by Africans.
yeah. And then shortly thereafter, I also embarked on my second sort of stint as an automotive designer, which was to design the first electric boda boda. in Africa. So yes, there's a debate about who started first, but
was this also supposed to be like from the ground up, everything?
this is so that's now where the difference comes in.
Okay.
It's like this was from the ground up, like from an empty page to a full product. And so yeah, I'm not working there anymore, but yeah, I mean right now I'm taking a break to obviously have my lifelong dream of doing a really shoddy
podcast.
A really shoddy podcast. But yeah.
Interesting, man.
But yeah, so that's where my background is come from. I didn't just like pop up on the scene and like just see me on stage doing bad jokes as a budding comedian, you know.
Wow, man.
Yeah, but that's sort of my background. But yeah, I'm also a bit of an amateur musician. And by amateur, I mean I make songs and music in on my laptop in a corner in my bedroom.
So can you play any instrument?
I can play enough to impress a really uninformed dumb crowd.
Okay.
Yeah.
People who have no idea.
Yeah, who have no idea. Like they'll be like, "Oh my god, that is amazing."
I would like to listen to some of your stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would love to give it a listen.
No,
do you sing or you just?
I sing as well.
Oh.
I sing as well. So yeah, I can like fool a crowd into thinking like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But if a musician saw me, I think they'd cause physical
you have
violence.
a lot of imposter syndrome, I feel.
I know, I have loads. I think, yeah, definitely, most definitely. No, but I think you'll see. One day I'll play.
One day?
Today.
Okay.
After this, I guess, maybe after
I want to be entertained.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I think.
Wow, that's interesting.
I can play the piano and the guitar. Okay. But it's so amateur, especially when I do it in front of musicians.
Oh, and musicians.
They're very musicians. Like, okay, they're like, oh, okay, you just started. Yeah. But actually, I've been playing since I was like 15.
You just started.
Yeah. Honestly, they're just like, this is amazing. Like, you should keep it up. You should keep it up. And I don't have the heart. I really don't. I don't have the heart to tell them that I've been playing since 15.
I've been doing this since I was 15.
Since I was 15. And this is no lie, because the reason is because, and my dad will attest to this, is because I just am inconsistent.
Oh, with the music?
With things.
Okay. I think I am too. I am very inconsistent.
Yeah, so I guess, guys, this might be the last podcast that we do. But yeah.
Wow, man, that's very interesting. I mean, I would not call myself a musician. I do love singing though at karaoke's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love singing.
I would love to hear you sing. That's amazing. Do you think like let's be like real here. Okay. If I asked you, Jack, to like with your whole heart and soul, like just sing one verse of a song right now, could you actually do it?
I could.
Okay. Do you think?
No, it depends on which song do you want me to sing.
Like, what's your go-to in? Oh, look at this guy. He's like clearing.
I'm about to deliver the performance of
my life. Okay, so.
Okay, what song can I sing? What song do I know?
What's your go-to in karaoke? We can pull up the lyrics as well right now.
Okay. Pull up Creep by Radiohead. I love that song.
Oh, I'm a creep.
I'm a creep. That's the song. It's my go-to.
Oh, okay.
I can try singing.
I think this would be absolutely insane. Like, where do you want? Do you want? Let's just do the chorus alone.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
I think this would be unbelievable to just
go.
say.
So, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. That's how the song usually closes.
Oh,
I wish we had some beats. That would be nice.
That was low key.
But yeah, I do enjoy singing.
Dude, that was low key.
Low key what?
That was low key good.
And now I'm sweating.
Oh,
oh fuck, man. But the thing with singing, I feel like it forces me to bring out like genuine emotions for you to. That's what I found out with singing.
Oh, okay.
I know it's no shocker, but you actually have to be in
Yeah.
in the lyrics. Like you actually have to bring out actual emotions.
And this is exactly what I was going to say. As me, as an X Factor judge, if I was sitting on the panel, your voice has feeling and this timbre. It has this it has this quality. I mean, definitely you're off key.
Yes,
completely.
There's no beats.
No, well, okay, well, I mean, I think people can.
I could take some more.
But the feeling.
Yeah.
And the timbre of your voice is actually very nice. There's like this husky tone to it, but definitely like completely off key,
off key,
off the hinges. But
it was off the rails.
Yeah, but dope.
Can you sing a verse?
I can absolutely shred
Give
a verse.
us something.
I can shred, but you know what? I need to warm up my voice.
Come on.
Could you give me like 45 minutes? Let me come back. Okay, I'm gonna sing.
I wanna see you shred.
Okay, so I'm gonna sing Tracy Chapman's
Fast Car.
Fast Car.
Okay, now this is.
That is my go-to. Like, okay, yeah, here I go.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm like.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm like low key, like so nervous. Okay, it's actually not low key. It's quite high key.
It happens, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Actually, I think I actually have a cold. I think like coming on. So like
you can feel it.
I actually.
So you wouldn't sing? Is that what you want to say?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a go. You got a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself. Oh. Damn, what was that? Okay. I'm actually, you know what? I'll never live that moment down.
What
I will never live this moment down. It's the most embarrassing moment of my entire life. And
but you were onto something.
I was on. No, I can sing.
Yeah.
I sing. I need to like warm up my voice.
Really?
Usually,
Okay.
I warm up my voice and then. But then also I also have an accompanying instrument usually, and then that hides some of the like breaking adult prepubescent voice box
this thing is
shenanigans.
Should I check?
Yeah,
just to make sure.
Yeah,
let me just check
why
because
not?
we did this once, found out it's not recording, and it was the greatest podcast in history. I'm telling you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's recording. Nice.
Dope.
So we were with Kisiangani. We had so much fun. Like it was so funny, dude.
Really?
For like 30 minutes.
Just dying
of laughter. I don't know. It was so, and then we just found out we were not recording.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So just have to
you know what I think we should definitely keep that in because I think that lends to just how unprepared
this was. Yeah.
How unprepared and how like just like just the lack of effort, the carelessness.
We'll get there, bro.
By both you and I.
We'll get there.
And I hope you guys will appreciate some of it.
Yeah, man. But that's dope. You can actually think. You are onto something, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, I can. I think I went off key, but I know that I went off key.
Oh, you know that.
I know that I went off key.
I didn't know.
No, you were fully confident in your off keyness.
Confidence is half the work. I'm telling you.
By the way, that's very true. That's very true. I mean, that's why I'm also like look, Jack is 4 years into comedy. I am 6 months into comedy. So you can imagine, like, you have to come to the table, to the podcasting or the comedy table with confidence. If you're going to roll with the punches,
you have to.
If you're going to roll with the punches, confidence is really like.
Confidence is everything. I'm telling you, man. Confidence
so
is
true.
Everything. You just gotta be confident.
You just do it. Just say, yeah. Of course I act.
Yeah.
Of course I do. I do podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to so many podcasts. I know what to do.
I know what to do. I know what to say. I'm interesting enough. I know I am.
Yeah. No,
So,
definitely. I 100% agree with that.
do you consider yourself a confident person?
I'm an extremely confident person,
Really?
but then of course, like in a vulnerable moment as we are in,
Yes.
I can lower down my guard and show
Yeah.
how much of a little boy
That you are.
that I really am.
I think we are all little boys deep
Do you
down.
think so?
Yeah. You just learn to hide it.
Damn.
Yeah, so you
that's-
can like because it's like socially you can't you just you know what I mean. I don't know how to express this, but
No, I get what you mean. It's like when your friends make fun of you, you have to be like, haha,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and then
that
you-
was funny. But actually, if
Yeah.
you let your inner child out, you would then cry.
yeah,
And
you'd go
and,
cry.
and like call your mom maybe or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, but
Right.
you gotta be strong, man.
Yeah, of course. Jack, I really like throughout I've been giving this introduction. I thought that was like, okay, let's do that as part
let's
of the
keep going,
podcast.
let's keep
But
going. Yeah.
I just really want to go back to this whole Kayole.
Oh, where I used to live?
Honestly, because I cannot fathom it. I'm just trying to think. Like, I don't think my Asian brain.
Can follow
My
life.
Asian, yeah, because it's like, first of all, Asians are probably Kenyan Asians are probably the most paranoid people in Kenya.
When it comes to
When it comes to security and safety,
Yeah.
they're the most paranoid people. We're always worried about safety. If you join any security group on WhatsApp,
this is probably an Asian.
no, 90% of them,
Are Asian.
the admin is Asian. And the guy is posting literally every 5 minutes. He's like, ai,
do you
kuna jiwe imespotiwa,
A rock.
kuna jiwe imespotiwa. Nadhani this is the actions of some bad actors.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I'm telling you.
But
And-
here's what I think. I think maybe it's because you guys are a minority. So you guys kind of have to be like, you gotta watch your back. That's what I think. I don't know. Right?
I would like to think so.
That's what I think.
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
I would like to think so, but I also think that there's just a deep hate for black people.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah,
there's also
I
that,
think
yeah.
there's a lot of racism in
there
our
is.
community.
There is.
In our community. And maybe, I don't know if it's vice versa.
Where does that come from? Where do you think that comes from?
That's a really good question. I feel like when I talk to my people in my community, it sometimes feels like just miseducation maybe,
Okay,
because it's like you're living in a country with African native people.
Yes.
And if things go wrong, the likelihood is that it's going to be African people that do.
Yeah. That's very likely.
Yeah, because they're
Many times it
99%
is, yeah.
of the population.
Yeah.
But then the problem with a lot of Asian people is that they'll now sort of like link that towards being a certain color
Yeah.
or a certain tribe or a
I
certain
get you.
yeah.
I mean, because I remember in school, like all the Asian kids would just hang out on their own. I never like I was never like offended. I just like, yeah, you just roll together. It's wow, okay, I guess that's how you guys are.
But
Yeah,
by
but
the
all
way-
the Asian kids would just lunchtime, just together in a
Right.
table alone.
Where was this?
Strathmore.
Oh, Strathmore,
Yeah,
the Asian kids.
Yeah, there was like Asian, but they would always just.
But there was also a lot of rivalry in Strathmore, right?
Yes.
It's like, and I guess maybe the Asian kids are always like trying to be the smartest
Yes,
and trying to
yes.
and then
Which they
okay,
were,
no,
actually.
but yeah, but then I'm sounding a bit racist there. I caught myself
You
right
caught
there
yourself?
where I was like, okay, wait, and the Asians are probably smart. Like, well, okay, so then the rest are not. No,
But
okay.
I guess-
By the way, this is just. I'm sorry, Jack. This is my formal apology to the.
Oh my god! Relax. It's fine. I mean, but now that I think about it, if I went to a country where I was a minority, I'd probably hang out with black people too. I think so. That's what I'd like to think.
I'll be honest. Like, I went to St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Down the road,
Yeah.
I had a few Asian people in my class. Most of the Asian people were my cousins.
Oh, they were cousins.
They were my cousins, yeah.
In the same school.
In the same school. Yeah. So yes, I would hang out with them, definitely. But otherwise, I would mix.
Oh, you just hang out.
It didn't. That did not occur to me when I was young.
Oh,
the
it never
concept
occurred to you.
of black and brown.
Wow.
Honestly,
Really?
Honestly, it didn't. It never occurred to me.
Wow.
It never ever occurred to me.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, when I was young, and I think maybe that's just how I was raised in a way. But it never ever occurred to me. So
But
I never.
you're always around like black people too. Yeah?
And I've always been. You see that, Jack.
Clearly.
You see that, Jack. We're all like.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't know. It just doesn't make a difference to me, really.
Have you ever been racially discriminated in any way?
Oh, in Kenya, yes, of course.
Really?
Yes,
In a
of
bad
course.
way?
In a sort of a bad way, like yeah, I mean, like sometimes just being called Muindi based on a particular like I don't know. Sometimes it's good because I'm also not like
Muindi.
Classically Indian.
Yeah.
But I guess part of me is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but then the weird thing is, Jack, that like to some extent you're called Muindi here, and people see you as other in some sense.
In some sense, yeah.
But then, like, I have family in Pakistan, and when I visit them, they're just like, "Who's this African?"
That's what they think?
Yeah, because I don't speak the language very well, and my mannerisms are like,
"Who's this African?"
Are like, they're like different. So and I have a little bit of an accent.
So do they kind of like, okay, because you're African, do they kind of like look down on you because of that in a way? You think?
I don't know, but not my cousins, because the only people I would interact with abroad then is my cousins.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, but I mean I would be different. I would find myself being different.
Being different. Oh,
Yeah,
of course you are.
for sure.
But yeah, you were asking about where I grew up.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. I'm so curious. I have like 1 billion questions.
Yeah. So what I'll tell you is, I mean, I honestly, like, life changed suddenly for us, because then my dad got a nice job and then we moved out of there. And this makes me think so much about like life and just like the turns life could take. Because I remember as a kid, like my buddies, they were like in gangs. Like there was like some gang shit going on. Like they would plan like to go like fight other kids from that other side, like that. And that's how you get into gangs. I saw it live. Like my friends are just in gangs. They're just like robbing people and stuff. That's how you start. So I just saw myself going there, and then I was just splattered over there all of a sudden. But I could have been that.
Were you like getting towards?
No,
that?
I was just hanging out with them. But then the things they talk about, like, yo, we're gonna rob like this place. I'm like, what? You guys are robbing? What the fuck? So I just wanted to fit in. So I'd act like, oh yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like
you'd act cool. You'd be like, I just robbed someone.
Yeah, I just robbed someone too. But in my head, I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But I gotta say that's kind of brave in a way, because as a child, you're always trying to fit in, especially at that particular age, and you're very impressionable.
Yes.
But to have that sort of moral compass is pretty.
No, yeah.
That's.
I mean, I'm sure even for them, there must have been a first time where they were like, okay, this cannot be right. But then they just went with it and they became that.
And you're saying that you got plucked out just in time.
Just in time. I could have been, maybe. Because, man, environment does things to you where you grow up, the people you grow up with, people you hang out with. Because there's guys, like I've like been told,
right?
There's people who still live there, like family. Then they told me, hey, your friend got shot. Like he got stoned, got burned. Yeah, it happened. This is the guy I grew up with. We used to play Bano together. Oh my! This is that type of stuff. So, yeah.
Do you? Okay, okay. Let's just go back a little bit. So, like, what is this time in which you lived in Kayole, or in more of a?
I was born there, Basically, I was born there till I was what? I think 9 or 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mean like other 9, 10, 11,
Yeah.
12 year
But
olds were
also,
doing
I'd
that
hang
kind?
out with older kids, like guys who are like 15,
Oh
and then
my
they
God.
tell me like these wild stories about like I don't know if I should. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
know we can leave. We can leave. We can leave some for next
yeah, but
episode.
they had like wild stories of things they did, and I as a boy you kind of look up to that like what you did that that's insane.
Damn, I would love to hear every single story for sure.
Yeah,
And I
so we'd
think
hang out
we'll
with these.
paste them out for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we'd hang out with these older kids, and they'd be like, yeah, some of them were like legit gangsters. They would be like shoplifting and stuff. So those older kids would come and tell us these stories, and yeah, they would make an impression on us. Those kids would like they bring you like porn. They were like, you gotta see this.
oh my.
You're a man now. Watch
Oh
this.
my.
Yeah, yeah, that's how
And so you had your sexual awakening at like 5.
That's the first time I watched porn. We were just a bunch of dudes in a room. It was just like,
Oh my God!
okay,
Just
yeah.
huddled together
Yeah.
around a screen or or what?
It
Round
was
a
a
what?
screen, yeah, because
Okay,
it
a
was like a
screen.
DVD and stuff.
I
But
thought maybe some kind of faded magazine or something, but
No.
just breathing heavily.
On top of it, that's so weird. Like 5 guys looking.
Yeah, I think that's what the restaurant Five Guys is about.
The what?
No, nothing.
What?
Anyway,
So yeah, man, I don't know, like.
okay, so like you grew up there until you were 9.
Yeah, until.
Okay, and so you're interacting with these 15-year-olds.
Yeah, older
Also, in the same breath or in the same time, you're also getting. They're trying to make an impression on you, and they're maybe trying to indoctrinate you in some way,
Yes.
and unknowingly or knowingly.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, at home, you're
Yeah.
getting robbed every day.
Yeah, basically.
Is there a connection between these 15-year-olds and getting robbed,
Now
by the
that I
way?
think about it.
Oh my God, we're like...
No.
No.
The robbers are like men.
Okay, the robbers were
but
men.
I could clearly see like some of my friends going there, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, like headed down.
Okay, headed down that.
A life of crime. Yeah.
Okay, and do you think you can just just describe to me a day in the life of someone in Coyote, like, and how did you lead up to this this robbery like?
Oh, like my friends?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the thing is, we would stay outside a lot because I remember, like, let's say it's during the holidays, I would just go outside
Okay.
and I would come back like at night.
night.
My parents had no idea what I was up to. That was just life, you know.
And they were just too busy,
They were just too busy
hustling. And
yeah,
kinda-
exactly. Yeah, they were just like I would just head out.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "All right, take care, have fun, don't do anything, don't get into trouble." That's what my mom would do. Just don't get into trouble, and then I'd come back.
I mean,
But then I just remember so many times
Yeah.
where I think like I could have actually died on that day. Like there's so many instances where I'm like, oh my God, I could have died.
Okay.
Because we'd go like Dandia lorries, you know, like at the back of, we don't know where we're going.
At 9.
Yeah. At like 7 years old, kids do that.
Okay, is this an insensitive question to ask?
it's
Just
not.
let me
it's
ask
not.
this
Just
question.
ask away. Yeah.
Were you a chokora?
No.
Okay.
I was not.
Okay.
But I had friends who were.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, shit.
Because as
Okay.
kids, you don't judge. It's like, this, like,
just
because some chokoras are actually very funny. Dude, I'm telling you. Those dudes were so funny.
I can
They're
imagine.
So funny. Like they're just fun to hang out with. But I guess they're not good company.
I
But I would hang out with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine. To be honest, when I meet some chokoras, especially when I was in my 20s, I used to think that this guy is more mature than me.
Why?
They're forced
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
so independent and so mature.
It's a whole other experience.
It's another world.
It's another world.
I
I'm
used to
telling you.
meet them, and the way they would talk, I was
Yeah.
like, first of all, I want to have this confidence of this chokora when I grow up. In some ways, I want to emulate him, and I feel like I used to feel sometimes I was like, this guy is
No, I know what
so
you mean.
mature.
Yeah, because listen, that guy's life, it's just so different.
Worlds apart.
You cannot even imagine the things those guys go through. But what I'm saying is, like I would just hang out with them. Those were my buddies. I grew up with them, and that was just life. Like, I knew those guys. We did a lot of dangerous things together.
Okay, like what? Like what?
I mean, I remember we went swimming this one time in a quarry. It was like a mining pit. Like, there's this place where they mined rocks, and then it was just like a hole, and then water filled the whole place. So I did not know how to swim, and I just jumped in. I could have drowned. My friend saved me though.
He knew how to swim.
Yeah, they knew how to swim. They knew how to swim. But
why would you? Why
I was
would
just
you?
overconfident. And I jumped in, and I just remember going home like on that day. So I had to go somewhere, wait for my clothes to dry, and I just went home, looked at my mom, and actually thought, "Wow, I could have died." But you don't know that.
And you never told her.
No, I never told her.
Okay, yeah,
you could never tell her.
Yeah, because she'd
lose.
She'd like freak out.
Yeah. So it's just those types of things.
But I mean, I'm also imagining like you come home and in some ways maybe you do want to tell your parents, but you
kind of
can't.
do. But I know if I tell her, I'm getting a proper ass whooping. Okay. You did what?
You almost died. I'm going to kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
that's what will happen. Like, you just get whooped.
Oh wow.
So it's that type of thing. But yeah, man. I mean, it's whatever. It made me who I am. I know so much more now, and I kind of.
I would hope you know more
I
now.
tell you this. One thing I took away from all that is, I try not to look down on people, because underneath it all, they're all just humans like me. I was there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I try not to. I try to understand, because if you live life like that, and then you're fortunate enough to to get to a better place, you'd never look down upon someone.
I definitely agree, because but who knows that maybe in future we could be in that position.
When this podcast fails.
Exactly. I mean, which obviously it won't, because of how much work we've put into it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
man.
so now where we've reached, you live there till 9 mornings. Like, okay, you just leave the house. You're just like, Mom, bye.
Yeah, Mom,
and she's
bye.
just like, be careful, I guess.
Just
like,
don't get into trouble, because they were busy. Like, they were just always. My dad was always busy and angry. I just remember Dad being always angry.
Yeah.
I remember, there's this time my dad was fired. He had a Muindi boss. So let me tell you this story. This is a good story.
Check out my new video about Muindi bosses.
So he had a Muindi boss.
Yeah.
My dad was an accountant. He used to work with this guy. So I think on that day, he took me to work, but he didn't know he was going to get fired. So he took me to work, and I sat outside the office. I had this Muindi just shouting at my dad. Like, because, there's a way you look at your dad.
Of course. As a superhero.
Yeah, like, this is, what the fuck? Someone can shout at my dad? I thought my dad was like the man, That's what you always think. So he went into the office, and then he was getting fired. And for the first time in my life, I actually felt sorry for the dude. Like, I actually did.
Imagine the day that you take. It's like, take your son to work
He was like showing me around the office. This is my desk. This is where I sit. And then,
and you were probably fascinated. You're like, oh, my dad's the man. He has his own desk, and he's like, and then, and that's the day he gets fired.
He got fired.
Okay, like, this is like, you're like, do you know Theo Von?
Yeah, I know Theo Von.
You're like the Kenyan Theo Von.
Why?
Because like you are, like, you have these experiences happen to you that are so visceral and so like crazy, like almost drowning in a quarry. I mean, honestly, I think we need to definitely hear more of this.
We'll talk about this more.
So okay, so let's get back to the story. So you've stayed out all day, getting up to all sorts of shenanigans with your friends, getting on lorries, jumping, almost drowning in jumping and almost drowning in a quarry. In a quarry that's filled up with water, that you have no idea what that water is.
No idea.
Okay, and now you're sort of coming to Gioni.
Yeah, I just come.
You're coming to Gioni. You're you're about to get home.
Yes.
And now, like, how do you? Okay, so what is the lead up and the prep to
Or to just go
to
home?
your daily robbing?
For the night now.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's sort of what I'm trying to like paint a picture of the day in the life of Jack Nanjero.
Okay,
You know.
that's very interesting. I sound like a gangster. I'm not. Um, so I would go home. I'll tell you a specific story about a specific day that I actually remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
So I was out with my friends. We were just wild.
Hijinks.
Yeah, just
Shenanigans.
yeah.
Up to no good.
Up to no good, of course.
Okay, amazing, fantastic.
I just remember. I remember I went home. I found my mom cooking chapatis. I loved chapos. It was a Saturday. We always cooked chapos on Saturdays. That was just how we did things. So we'd cook chapos, and then my mom was there. It just felt so warm and nice. I don't know why. It just felt nice. So I got home. Mom was cooking chapatis. My sister, was she born? Yeah, I have a younger sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
cool.
was like, I think she was like 2 years old at the time. And so dad came home. He had bought something. I don't know. I think it was a radio in a like a big like box.
Right.
There's a radio.
Oh no.
Yeah, he bought a radio and
No, but what? Okay. Yeah. Please carry on. Please carry on.
I remember my dad telling me he had saved so much to buy that thing. He had saved like he had sacrificed.
Oh God.
Yeah, to like buy the radio. So night goes on. I remember we used to watch there used to be there still is soap operas on TV.
Right,
like
of course.
around 8 or something.
Yeah.
So I used to watch, and then when a kissing scene would come up, dad would be like, Jack, face away.
As in go behind the curtain or something?
Okay,
go behind
I'd
the
go
curtain.
behind like the cupboard. So we go to sleep.
You'd go behind the cupboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the TV was like here, and then I'd go like on the other side.
Okay.
Anyway, so we go to sleep, and we start hearing like doors being broken. Fungua mlango saizi. And they sounded like they wanted blood, you know. There's a way they sound, you know, okay, these guys are not messing around.
Jeez.
It just sounded like, oh my God, someone might get killed tonight because of how they sounded. They were like breaking doors. I think they had weapons even. And so they came in. When they came in, my mom was cooking at the time. She was cooking, and I'm trying to patch this thing up because I have like episodes of the thing. So anyway, they came in, my mom was cooking. They told us to sit all of us in like one like sofa sets. Tukae wote pamoja.
Okay.
So I think when we're there, we are like we're not a threat to them.
Right,
When we're all in one place. So then they started like rummaging the place just, and then they saw the radio. The radio was just brand new, just being opened. And then I looked at my dad. He was like holding in tears. I just remember, oh my God. He was like holding in tears. I was just like, that thing is gonna go. Because I remember dad telling me I've saved up so much to buy you guys a new radio.
Oh.
And those fucking bastards, they went in and they took the fucking damn thing and they left. They didn't take anything else. That's what they took. I think it's because they saw it was new. I don't know, but they took it, and that's life. And we had to move on. But I think that was the last straw. That made us move from that place.
Oh.
Yeah, that made us.
Oh, that particular.
Even that was okay.
This is a bit much.
'Cause
Okay,
you cannot
after the how manyth time did your dad was like, by the way, this seems a bit too much.
I think we should move out of this.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. So yeah, then we moved from there. We moved to another area closer to that one. We moved to Umoja, and then life got better. And then my dad bought some land in Gong.
Dope.
And then that's where I spent the rest.
Moving on up.
Yeah. That's where I spent the rest of my childhood. In Gong. Yeah, that's what he has like a farm there. He bought a farm. Life was good. Yeah. So we moved to Gong. But yeah, man, looking back, that is crazy.
That is
crazy.
one of the most insane stories I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That your life,
But
you just
also-
have to be sort of used to these daily,
But also,
like.
you don't want to get hurt because these people will hurt you. They're like, and yeah, and you
I
don't
mean,
want that to
I
happen.
get that. But it's just so like.
Have you ever asked yourself, like, do you know these people who grew up in slums? They get money and they still don't want to go. I don't know why, but it's
Oh, they still live in the slums?
yeah. People are like that. Like, yeah, this is my hood. I can't leave.
Oh.
People are like that.
But
yeah.
do they like, will they like improve the hood?
Of course they will. Like,
Oh,
but,
okay.
but they'll still live.
But they'll still live there.
that
That's
happens.
wild.
Yeah, it is wild. Yeah,
That's
because
wild.
you'd think that they'd move to like no. I have family members who are still there to this day.
Asians.
Yeah.
Ha. Hey, just give me a little bit of money. Hey,
Parklands.
Parklands, direct. Parklands, a little bit more money. Ha, bus. Nyari, Gigiri. We are
Makes
we're
sense.
out. We out of here.
You're out of here.
We
You're
out.
not-
Ati hood.
Yeah.
Hood ya nini.
You're not
No.
representing the
We're,
hood.
we're not representing any hood. We're not representing any hood.
But anyway, man, it's I'm here. I'm happy, and that's all that matters.
Damned. Okay, Jack.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. What we have to do is, because I think this needs to be a running thing.
Dude, come
I need
on.
you to search your mind.
Yeah.
I need you
for
to
like-
search your mind
For
because
what happened?
for like just these kind of like these stories are so amazing because
Yeah.
me as an Asian, my parents, as I told you, most Asians are paranoid.
Yeah.
My parents were worried about me every second of the day.
Oh, and they check up on you.
They check up on me like every minute, man. I like even these days when I go to the bathroom, I'm just like, by the way, mom, naenda choo.
I mean, my parents, they care too. I think they were just so.
I'm not trying to say that they don't care. I'm
They
saying
did,
it's
yeah.
sort of it's
Yeah,
okay,
but I get what you mean,
You
man.
you get
I
what I
know
mean.
what you
It's like it's like kind of an I think you're right about the minority thing. It's just
Yes.
these Asians being like
have
very paranoid and just like worried about their one
Yeah, you have
like
to. You have to.
you know.
But wow, what different lives we have led, huh?
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, like, wow. I remember, but there's been like some adversity, like being kicked out of our house that we used to live in. Like we used to live in a government house, but there was a politician who shall be named unnamed,
Okay.
not named.
Okay.
But he like just came to the house and he's like, "Oh, I'm buying this land, so you guys
Also,
need to
guys
leave by
have to
tomorrow."
leave. Oh, I remember. There's this one time my dad had not paid the rent, and the landlord would come to like pick up, like, okay, last straw. I've been asking for the rent. You guys are not paying, so the landlord just barged into the house, and then my dad literally hid behind the door, and he just told me, "Tell me I'm not around." He was like behind the door like this. My dad.
Wow!
He was hiding for the landlord. Yeah, he was just like, just tell him I'm not in. And then he hid behind the door. Because it was just one room. So if you just walk in, you'd say, oh, I guess he's not in. Where is your dad? He's behind the door. But you couldn't see him.
That is
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. I think this podcast needs to be centered around your life, Jack.
No, come
we
on.
want to hear everything.
no,
we
no.
want to know everything about your life.
No, man. But
Yeah,
that's like-
I think my parents have also sheltered me from those kind of like stories.
It's important.
Because I think they have happened.
Yeah.
No, I think it's not that important because okay, maybe when you're young it's not important. But even till now my dad is like things have always been good. Don't worry, son.
Also, they try to like shelter you.
I think they try to shelter me even till today.
No, my parents did too, but sometimes it just came out. I was like, okay, this is reality.
But I think that's life.
That is
I feel
life,
like
yeah.
I've not had enough experiences, Jack.
Jack,
I feel like
I mean,
you could be my dad. I feel honestly, I feel like I've not had
my God.
so many experiences. I'm should I say how old I am? Is that a thing?
Just say.
Yeah, I'm 34. At this point, I don't think I've had that many life experiences. And
Like, are you talking like adversity? Is that what
yeah,
you're
like
talking about?
adversity,
Oh.
life experience. Adversity as being a last born, and then adversity as being like the one who's been sheltered by my parents. And then coming into the family when my family started to do well in life.
Oh, that's when you came in.
That's when I came into the scene, which was dope. Okay. How dope is that? How dope is that? I just came onto the scene and I'm like, oh shit, PlayStation, bro.
Nice. Things are nice.
Like, yeah, things are. Oh, is this what life's like? And that's why I think also you telling me this stuff. Yeah. Honestly, I would say it's the re-education of me.
What? Really?
So you're my dad, Jack.
I am your dad now.
Dad. Oh, I literally said what the. I was gonna say Jack, but I said dad. Oh my god! I think.
I was about to call you son.
Jack, you are younger than me.
Yeah.
But a lot younger than me.
I am.
But I think you should be my dad. I don't think that you. No, I don't think it's like you are my dad.
Yeah.
I think you should be my dad. I think you should be my dad, Jack.
No, but I think those things just like they. Anyway, man, I'm not saying I've had it because I know people who've had like harder lives. That's of course nothing. Believe me, that is nothing.
I want to hear all about your friends' lives,
dude. That is nothing because like I'd visit like shags.
Yeah, right.
And like upcountry. Like the lives those people live, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just very different. Like they just wake up and sit around all day and that's just life. They're just living. And you know, you find a guy who has like 9 kids. He doesn't have a job, but they just somehow live, you know? I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
For me, that sounds like the greatest life ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually they are very happy. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're very happy people.
I was on a live Instagram the other day, Jack, and it was of this person that we know that lives in like a kind of a more rural area, and she was showing her live Instagram of her just waking up and like there's now like the outside, there's sheep, there's
it's just...
and I'm just like, dude. Literally, when I logged into the Instagram, I was just in traffic for an hour, and then I arrived at my place, and I'm like, bruh.
Yep.
This person is just waking up to, first of all, fresh air. Very fresh air, and like sheep just chilling. Yeah. And she's just like, yo, I'm on my live Instagram. And I was just like, this sucks. I'm in Westlands in traffic. I have the worst life.
Yeah, it sucks. It does suck.
I feel like people have it figured out.
But I think maybe the reason it feels that way is because maybe living like this is not natural. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It can't be natural. Like being stuck in traffic for hours every day,
it just doesn't feel
you're
like
not supposed to live like that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to live. It's just, this is very new.
Yeah.
In like the course of humanity, how we live life. It's very new. It's all very new.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why when you're in such a place, you actually feel actual peace. You know, like it's very boring. I'll tell you that, but it's very peaceful.
Yeah, but maybe like we've grown up to be so stimulated by everything around us.
We are overstimulated.
That isn't boring. That's just a good life.
That's how life has been for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And now, for the last couple of years, maybe tens of years, I don't know. Especially here, now things are changing. You're stuck in traffic. I'm constantly on Instagram, and every time I get out, I just feel worse about myself.
Absolutely.
I just feel worse, but I'm like, why am I on this thing? But I just feel I hate it. But you kind of have to be there. You know?
Yeah, you have to be there. Yeah, and I am deathly afraid to look at my screen time.
Oh, really?
On my phone.
Because it's that bad?
Because I think that I would cry. I would be very depressed. Sometimes there's a report that comes onto my notifications, and I immediately clear it.
Oh, you do?
I clear it. I'm just like, I don't want to know. I know it's disgusting.
It's horrible.
I know it's the worst thing ever.
I once checked, and I think 8 hours of screen time a day. I think somewhere there.
Jack, those are rookie numbers.
I should pump them up.
Jack, those are rookie numbers, my friend. I peaked once. I will never reveal that. You know what? I will reveal my deepest sexual desires to you.
Yeah.
And not my screen time.
Not your screen time.
Let me just tell you that.
You're more embarrassed.
Because I'm deathly afraid to know it, and I am completely ashamed of myself. I should be paraded in the streets naked with my screen time written on my chest.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, you seem like you don't like how much time you spend on your phone.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. And that's why by the way, I also got into comedy and also a lot of other, just to be away from my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Has it helped?
It hasn't helped. It's just made me sleep later. Yeah, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jack, let's take a quick.
Let's do that.
Quick 2-minute break.
Let's do that.
Let's just check if
this thing is recording.
This thing is recording. Maybe things
still is.
Things have filled up.
So we have some listener questions.
Yeah. So as we're just starting out this podcast, we don't have an email yet. I cannot stress how badly this has been planned, Jack. I cannot stress because we don't have any form of communication to the outside world.
Yeah.
I feel like Tom Hanks in Castaway if he had just got if he had an iPhone. We have no connection to the outer world right now. So I gathered a question from a future listener.
Okay.
And basically the question is quite apropos actually.
Okay.
And the question is basically around comedy. How do I start comedy? How do I get into it? Should I get into it? And what advice can you give me?
That's actually a very, very good question. And what's the best advice I can give to you who, if you're thinking of starting comedy, don't.
Yeah, never do it. It's a dark abyss where your self-esteem goes to die, and it's the most thankless job that I think a human
don't do that to yourself.
Yeah,
if you do love yourself, if you have any love for yourself, do not do it.
Yeah, and self-respect.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have self-respect and love for yourself, I think you wouldn't do it. And I guess we'll see you on the next episode,
see you guys.
Guys.
In the next one.
By next episode, we need to have questions coming into us because we're going to answer them. And we're going to be we're going to get into the depth of things.
Yes.
I know we are completely unqualified.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we are completely unqualified. I cannot stress how unqualified we are to answer questions. However, all the same, we want to hear from you. We want to know your questions. We want to know your problems. Because actually, despite how unqualified we are, I think we are Kenya's answer.
This is the solution.
It's a brown or a brown man and a black man. Like, this is love.
Sitting in a room alone.
This is how you cure racism. This is how you solve the problems of the world, Jack.
By sitting in a room and bantering.
Bantering and like basically taking the piss out of our listeners as well. Because if you give us your questions, you best believe. Yeah. And by the way, all questions will be anonymous. We'll be making up names.
So please do ask away. Don't feel shy. Ask anything. Ask anything.
Ask away, ask anything. It'll be completely anonymous. Number 2, help us come up with a name for the podcast.
Nice, yeah.
Help us with other things as well, because again, we are useless. We are useless and unprepared. So
you guys make yourselves useful and give us a name for the podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah. Until next time on this unnamed podcast.
This was fun, my brother.
Oh,
until
lovely.
Next time, guys. Thank you. Man.
Cheers.
Thank you.
See ya.
This was so fun.
Dope.